Finland's 10 most beautiful national parks. Gigantic clearing scenes, old backwoods, profound lakes, spouting streams and snow-covered tops make the outside in Finland absolutely supernatural and totally extraordinary. The Finnish public parks are a sanctuary for nature sweethearts and guests who need to encounter life in the rough wild of Europe. Found near the Arctic Circle, the parks are home to a broad cluster of untamed life who live among the blanketed fields and perfectly clear streams. Bears and unique cases that are not found somewhere else call the parks home. Guests to a large number of the parks are drawn in by the distant settings to encounter the wonderful scene that is Aurora Borealis. Their far-off area makes the public stops near the Arctic Circle ideal for getting a brief look at the vivid lights moving in the night sky. The parks are free to the general population and extremely famous with local people who like to invest energy in nature, climbing through the slopes, kayaking over rapids or setting up camp under the stars. The assorted and amazingly lovely Finnish scene wakes up inside the limits of the various parks. The Finnish even accept that Urho Kekkonen National Park is home to Father Christmas himself. The lofty, striking scenes of Finland are difficult to deny, so here is a determination of the most gorgeous public stops that Finland brings to the table. Number 10. Pallas Yllästunturi National Park. This public park isn't just amazingly lovely, yet in addition situated in the otherworldly area of Lapland, where Arctic fells give the ideal setting to see Aurora Borealis. Journey along the naturally shaded slopes offer all-encompassing perspectives across the scene that, in cold weather months, nearly look like you are inside a Christmas card. The unadulterated high air is amazingly new and fresh, and the snow-covered grounds are great for cross-country skiing. Journey from one peak to another and go through the night in the glow and solace of the recreation area's wild hotels. Guest focuses can assist with directing you to the best spots for aurora seeing. On a crisp evening, Pallas Yllästunturi is quite possibly of the best spot in the country to see the enlightenments. A short-term visit likewise brings expanded possibilities of recognizing the untamed life that calls the region home, including bears. Number 9. Nuaksho National Park. Like a picture from an old storybook, Nuaksho is a cut of grand serenity that is traditionally Finnish. In simple reach of the Finnish capital, Helsinki, the wilds of the recreation area draw in numerous jet-setters needing to get away from city life and invest energy among the magnificence of the woodlands and lakes. In winter, Nuaksho is covered in thick snowfalls, which is more than welcoming for sharp skiers and winter climbing devotees. To a lesser extent a far-off wild than other public parks in the country, the recreation area's lakes are well known with gatherings. In the hotter months guests appreciate investing energy by the water's edge sunbathing and sharing picnics. Setting up camp is likewise famous in the late spring, and is a fabulous opportunity to encounter the untamed life that lives here. Nuaksho is home to the Siberian flying squirrel and wood warblers, which are compromised species, so try to look out for them assuming you visit. Number 8. Repovesi National Park. Only a couple of hours north of Helsinki is Repovesi National Park, a flawless scene that has effectively recuperated from long periods of logging. The recreation area is currently a sanctuary for the creatures that live among the pine and birch trees flourishing here. Streams and lakes stream consistently through Repovesi and give drinking water to the overflow of untamed life, including deer and bears, who live in the recreation area's limits. The lakes and waterways give the ideal spot to sharp explorers and climbers, however for a less difficult action, get some downtime on the perception decks, or take a walk around the engineered overpass. Number 7. Hossa National Park. Named Europe's most untainted wild, visiting Hossa is practically similar to venturing back in time. The brilliance of the scene is totally enthralling. Perfectly clear lakes, pine backwoods and an abundance of untamed life make it a really extraordinary objective. The recreation area was molded by the last ice age, and with 3 streams and 130 lakes, the region is great for exercises, for example, rock climbing and kayaking. Numerous antiquated stoneworks of art have been found in Hossa, going back millennia. The pictures portray bears that can in any case be seen in the recreation area today. The recreation area is effectively open with all-around kept up with cycling and strolling trails ideal for families with little kids. Number 6. Archipelago National Park. The huge breadth of the Archipelago National Park is wealthy in biodiversity and conventional Finnish culture. The region of the recreation area covers islands and the central area, where numerous towns are home to nearby occupants. The archipelago comprises of additional islands than some other on the planet, and its desolate and rough isles and islets sit close by farmland and glades. There are ships that run between the islands, transporting occupants and guests to their objections lasting through the year. A major attract to the public park is water sports. Many individuals come to kayak around the capturing islands, while others appreciate cruising trips. In the cold weather months, a few trying guests even ski on the frozen ocean. Number 5. Riisitunturi National Park. Situated in Finnish Lapland, this public park is jaw-droppingly stunning. In the colder time of year, thick snowfall covers the thick timberland and peculiar blanketed structures dangle from the trees. Throughout the mid-year months, the snow melts to uncover a rich and flawless scene, where lowlands feed the vegetation, making a lively and bright natural surroundings. There are some amazing climbing courses that breeze through the recreation area. Climbs into the slopes are perfect for investigating the Iso Karatunturi Maya Reserve, and from as high as possible, perspectives on Lake Kitkaharvi are great. The recreation area is ideally suited for snowshoeing, which is identity mysterious during a twilight evening, when guests can get looks at nighttime untamed life. Number 4. Paya Luosto National Park. This public park is home to old backwoods, jagged slopes, and endless canyons that slice through the scene. The edge that goes through Paya Luosto is the remaining parts of one of the most established mountain ranges on Earth. Dearest by winter sports devotees, travelers visit Paya Luosto to partake in the astonishing downhill skiing throughout the colder time of year. The towns that encompass the ski resorts are the best spot to put in a couple of evenings. The mid-year months bring explorers who are quick to walk the 120 miles of pathways winding through the recreation area, particularly the incredible path between two renowned fells, Paya and Luosto. Nature sweethearts additionally come here trying to notice the numerous creatures who live in the recreation area. Otters, earthy-colored bear, moose and reindeer can be generally spotted at various seasons, as well as the 128 different bird species that live inside Paya Luosto. Number 3. Ulanka National Park. Rough and adaptable, the Ulanka's icy biological system is based on hurrying stream valleys, pine timberlands and immense mayas. The recreation area's woods are totally immaculate. No logging has at any point occurred here. Alongside its special waterways with their sandy banks and strong rapids, the recreation area is a shelter for untamed life. Jumping earthy-colored trout draw in numerous sightseers, as do the most noteworthy cascades in the country. Suspended extensions and walkways invite guests to partake in the display of the streams, or there is the choice to enlist a kayak. All around kept up with climbing courses are great for nature darlings, and there are extraordinary walls for rock climbers to challenge themselves on as well. Number 2. Koli National Park. Wealthy in social legacy, Koli National Park brings a great deal to the table. The recreation area's captivating landscape offers guests the valuable chance to invest some energy unwinding among nature. It's handily reached by joyriders, however there are lodgings for the individuals who decide to remain for the time being. Home to the strikingly gorgeous Lake Pilinen, the recreation area has enamored numerous Finnish craftsmen and photographic artists, who come to attempt to catch the sheer excellence of the encompassing scene, bringing about numerous well-known canvases of the notable Finnish open country. Ukko Koli Slope, available by the very much stamped climbing course, offers appealing perspectives across the lake and encompassing parkland. One of the primary points of the recreation area is to safeguard neighborhood culture. The guest place at the highest point of Ukko Koli Slope gives data about the nearby culture and cultivating methods. The cut and consume of the neighborhood farming society has molded the scene, making clearings and munching land for Finnish cows and sheep, who live in green knolls adjacent to chattering creeks. Number 1. Urho Kekkonen National Park. The Suomi-Joki waterway goes through this park, slicing through the scene and making a different territory that is perpetually lovely. There are some charming climbing courses that bungle the recreation area and are effectively open for guests who need to encounter the captivating wild. Numerous visitors decide to travel across the icy scene on skis and cabin in the well-being of the wild hovels short term. In the cold weather months, dusks over the snow-covered trees are an unmissable encounter as the light changes. Evening carries the opportunity to see the aurora borealis. During summer, the 12 p.m. Sunday is a peculiar scene for some, and is a ghostly yet unmissable experience.